The Democratic primary for Colorado Attorney General features a fundraising and public relations powerhouse without much legal experience, Jena Griswold, against three other candidates with deep legal experience: Boulder DA Michael Dougherty, former federal prosecutor Hetal Doshi, and consumer attorney David Seligman. Griswold is declining to appear on 9 News and answer our questions. All this week, we will be featuring next conversations with the other 3 candidates for Attorney General on a variety of topics. Tonight, their #1 priority as AG.
Right now, it's protecting our democracy. When I look at a lawless Trump administration coming after Colorado in particular, the next Attorney General has to have experience as a lawyer and a proven track record of standing up and fighting for justice and the rule of law. And that's the kind of work I've done, as you know, my entire career. And I've also been a leader of large law offices and just deciding what fights to take on and how to win those fights.
You can make a name for yourself opposing Donald Trump. Jena Griswold's done it on MSNBC. Phil Weiser has done it with a number of lawsuits against the president. How do you convince Coloradans who don't necessarily share your political views that those are worthy fights?
Well, it's about standing up and fighting for Colorado. And throughout my career, I've always done it with integrity. And that's what the next Attorney General has to do. And it's not about seeking to get my face on MSNBC. It's about standing up in court and saying, I'm here on behalf of the people of Colorado, and doing it with integrity, never based on political ambition or a hyperpartisan agenda. And there are times where Trump has just violated the rule of law and harmed Colorado. And that'll always be the criteria I use in deciding when to take Trump to court. And to me, it's about beating Trump in the court of law, not tweeting at him in the court of opinion.
Well, I think the #1 priority for any candidate in this moment is existential, which is defending Colorado in terms of a rule of law attack. And so holding the federal government to account when they come for Coloradans, whether it's democracy building or rule of law attacks, and making sure that we protect the individual and civil rights and liberties of Coloradans is top of mind for me.
I mean, certainly it's easy to make a name for yourself in Democratic politics by being anti-Trump these days.
Of course.
How do you distinguish threats to Colorado and just this is popular because it gets me in the headlines for opposing Donald Trump?
Yeah, I think this is something that I talk a lot about on the campaign trail. I have said many times that being anti-Trump on its own is not a complete political philosophy. The thing that I intend to prioritize as your next Attorney General is making sure that we build a better future on the other side of a Trump presidency that is durable and enduring in terms of our economic and legal structures. I will not have this administration and his cronies make sure that they set an agenda for us. It should be the other way around, which is why I've often said that Trump as a concept, as a person, as an administration, should not be the way that the Democratic Party should define our values.
We're surrounded by crises everywhere, but one that's on my mind right now, and this could change, one that's on my mind right now, is we've got hundreds and hundreds of people right now locked up in a for-profit private prison just a couple of miles from here, taken away from their families because they look Latino, because they speak Spanish, because they work a low-wage job. These folks are my clients, folks I've been fighting for years.
What will a state attorney general do about people locked up on federal charges at the GEO Group in Aurora?
Well, I'll tell you right now, there's lots of evidence that the folks inside that facility are being fed moldy food, right? Are being denied the very basics, being denied health care. You know, when I'm Attorney General, I'm going to be banging on the door of that facility, right? A subpoena in my hand. Let me in. Let's make sure the people in that facility are getting treated in accordance with state law, right?
You got members of Congress that are already doing that similar function of going in, demanding oversight, taking a look at things, raising those concerns. Why does the state AG need to do it?
Because of our enforcement authority. The enforcement authority to hold private prison companies accountable, the enforcement authority to hold ICE officers accountable. You know, I've been saying for many, many months, when I'm Attorney General, I won't be afraid to prosecute ICE officers when they trample our rights.
Tomorrow night on Next, the Democratic candidates for AG talk crime and the role of flock surveillance cameras. You can see our full extended conversations with Michael Dougherty, David Seligman, and Hetal Doshi. They're going up on the Next YouTube channel tonight. And again, Jena Griswold is declining to appear on 9 News or answer questions.